Okay, day 73 of trying to become a SOC analyst. Still on the LetsDefend platform doing the daily alert. Been grinding a lot on the blue team online BTL1 labs with the challenges and cyber defenders at the moment. So honestly, when I saw this one, I thought it would be a nice easy one to do just to relax a bit. So it's a medium severity alert, SQL injection detected, and if we look at the alert, a couple of things stand out at us straight away. Is the user agent is penetration test do not contain, and the host name is from our internal network, labeled PentestMachine from our 172 internal address. So let's jump into this one and have a look, but hoping it's a nice easy one. We've got the requested URL that definitely looks like it's SQLI, but I guess we need to confirm whether or not it is malicious or not. So our source address of the alert, destination address. So let's actually look at the gitServer. I'll change this to basic. I feel like it's easier to read. It's already got the logs there. What have we got? February is our alert time. Is it going Feb 14, so I've got 13. Logs seem like they're a bit out of order. Yeah, they're definitely filtering correct. We've got Feb 14. Oh, that's our alert, and it was allowed through. Oh, it was Feb 14, sorry. Okay, so that's what we're after. We've got that one connection. There's no other connections on that time frame. And so now let's look at the address that was doing the probe, which is meant to be the Pentest. Do we see PentestMachine here? So processes, Nmap, network connections, that looks like they're scanning. Terminal history is an Nmap. No browser history. Last updated the time of our alert. In our logs, did we get a user agent? No, so they could have just been done in their browser. There's no browser logs coming up here though. But it does match our PentestMachine, and there's no other sign of compromise or anything like that on the PentestMachine. Normally, we can check emails for planned tests. So we could check Pentest. So there's one for June. SQL, no. What's the Pentest LE? We could have a look more at it. Oh, it's a SOC, there we go. Could look at the SOC mailbox. 2001. Nothing. Could look for planned scanning, phishing. So it doesn't look like there's a planned test in the emails. Let's open up the playbook. coming from a Kali machine. So if we go back to our endpoint, this was Ubuntu. They could be running a VM within there. That seems a bit silly though, but okay. Start playbook. User agent destination source. Yeah, search the logs. We've had a look at the logs. Well, the URLs. Analyze URL address. I mean, we know it's not malicious because it's our pen testing box, but the action is malicious. This is where it gets a bit confusing on this playbook. Logically, I'd say non-malicious, but I've been bit on the bum a bit with LetsDefend by choosing what I think is the logical answer. So I'm going to go malicious because it's a malicious action by a non-malicious party, if that makes sense. Has anyone accessed the domain, check the log name of the device, access their address? No, we can't do that because if we say access, it's going to say contain. Yeah, which we don't want to do. And not access would be incorrect, so we're going to have to go not malicious. Oh, I think that's a mistake. Oh, I don't want to lose points over something silly. It's a malicious action done by a non-malicious actor. So we had no other options. It was just collect the data, search if it's malicious, or click if it's not malicious. I'm going to say malicious. I'm going to say accessed. I'm not going to contain it. Alright, I don't think there's any good outcome for this one, unfortunately, for me. I feel like I've just done this, an alert very similar to this just a couple of days ago, where I seem to only be getting alerts from 2001 at the moment, whereas when I initially started the platform and went through the logs, I was getting a lot of the alerts from 2004, and they were updated to new playbooks where you'd have options such as, is this a planned test? And then that would bypass all this, having to contain the box and all of that. But because this alert's from 2001, I'm not getting those options anymore. Alright, let me pause the video and write some notes. Okay, so I've written up some notes for this one. We've mapped it to the MITRE attack technique of public-facing application and command and scripting interpreter. Tried to log in the 5W style, the activity originated from host PentestMachine, the internal 172 address, by user Kali as part of an internal penetration test. The alert SOC 127 SQL injection detected, triggered due to a crafted SQL injection payload sent to the web application hosted on gitServer. The requested URL contained a union-based SQL injection attempt. The user agent specifically indicates penetration tests do not contain, confirming the activity is part of an authorized security assessment. Although one might argue that it's not really confirmation that it's legitimate. Anyone can change their user agent. But yeah, when, the timestamp, where, hostname, we've got the PentestMachine, giving more weight to the reason I put this in, the reason we trust it a little bit more is because it's coming from the internal network from our penetration testing machine, but just thought it was funny. We've got the destination IP address, the URL that was hit, why. The alert was triggered due to detection of SQL injection payload targeting a public-facing web application. The activity is confirmed malicious in nature as it attempts to exploit a database vulnerability. However, based on the user agent and context, the activity is part of authorized internal penetration testing. Therefore, the alert is classified as a true positive but expected behavior and does not require containment. So I think we could go this way, or depending on what the orders would be from the company in this sort of scenario, it could potentially be a false positive. But because we don't really know what way to go, I'm favouring more that it's the alert was triggered correctly because it is a malicious SQL payload and therefore is a true positive. That is my logic. But as I said, I've been hurt by that in the past. But let's see, we'll close the alert. I still believe true positive is the right call, even though it's not an actual malicious actor. So we're on a 64-day streak, and yeah, so I already see the X. I already can tell it's gonna be that it's meant to be false positive. Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, it is what it is. I think we diagnosed everything correctly, apart from you could argue, in fact, it was just recently, there's, from my history, where's the alert that talks about successful? It was only a couple of days ago. Are these in order of days? They are. Successful, here. You'll see this is the wrong answer, and this one, I got hit that it wasn't a true positive, because it was a malicious activity. It was malicious LFI, but the rule was successful LFI inclusion, and so therefore it wasn't a true positive because it was not successful LFI. This one, the rule is very broad. It's just saying SQL injection detected, and yes, it was detected. So I think that's unfair, but okay, it is what it is. I'll see you on day 74.